Hello, my dear friends. Myself is Professor Dr. Deshpande. Today is the 22nd of April 2020. This lecture is concerned with the medical statistics question bank. I think everybody knows that in this unfortunate situation in whole world, pandemic, COVID-19 or coronavirus, Professor Deshpande is taking since last 20 days or 3 weeks the online lectures, which will be useful or which are useful for the BMS and postgraduate students. Research methodology and the statistics is one of the subject for the prelim MD in Ayurveda. So if the student is doing in any college of the India, MD or MS in Ayurveda, he has to give the two papers in the prelim examination or after completing the first year. The paper one is related with the research methodology and biostatistics, and second paper is regarding what you can say the subject, particular subject. Okay, so this particular medical statistics is one of the part of our first paper. So part B will be regarding the medical statistics. Part 1 will be regarding the what you can say. Just a moment, I will try to make my video on. I don't know how it has been gone. Okay, so I will try to just see. Okay, I'm just trying what I can do for me. Okay, good. Sorry, because I'm always intended to see my own actions so that I'm comfortable that yes, whatever I'm talking is reaching to the people. So my dear friends, we are talking about medical statistics question bank. This question bank is prepared on the basis of question papers that they are already there, or already happened in the MUHS examination. That is, MUHS is a short form of Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, that is concerned with the administrative regarding the examination for whole of the Maharashtra state. Dr. Deshpande is from Maharashtra, Pune. That is why he has taken that particular papers, question papers from the MUHS, and he has made the PPT on the basis of that. So let us start with our topic. What is the purpose of this making a question bank or insisting the students to understand the syllabus points? Very much important. Try to understand. Even the top stakeholders or administrators regarding the education, educationalist, CCIM, Ayush, central government, state government, university, they are talking, or UGC, they are talking about ATP. Do you know this word? Advanced Teaching Program. What is the purpose of that? For example, I am doing MD. If I know which type of the topics that I must know, number one, and how these topics will be implemented in my examination. So when I study, taking considering this last point of my progress, then only my travel, my journey towards that goal will be perfect. This basic fundamental understanding is very much important. I will give you the example. I am living in Pune right now, okay? And I want to go to Delhi. Then I will search what is the best way to travel to the Delhi. Whether I catch the Rajdhani Express from Pune station, Shivajinagar station, railway stations, whether I should fly by the aeroplane, whether I should take another route from the Bombay. Are you getting my point? I should know my target or the last point so that my journey towards that destination will be perfect. If I know which topics I should understand in these medical statistics, then I should adopt a different policies according to my own attitude, aptitude, and Prakruti. Some may adopt a in-depth study, some may will like to know the must-to-know points, but any journey depends on your last targeted point. Now, what is the target of our Prime Minister Mr. Modi? He is saying that our COVID or corona infection should be restricted. It should not flare up. It should not go into the third or the fourth stage, that is community spread. That's why he has made the policy of lockdown. Do you understand what I mean? He understands what is my last goal. And that's why you also know that in these days of pandemic of corona or the COVID-19, maximum medical statistics is in use. You must know this fact. That's why if you go on the internet or WHO site, or if you go on the television, different channels, they are always showing. Now, this particular area has been sealed because that is declared as a hot spot. Try to understand why this decision can be made, because they know that in Bombay, in Maharashtra, there are the maximum number of patients of corona infection with compared to Pune, with compared to the Yavatmal, with compared to Wardha. Do you understand? So this particular comparison, how that has been made, how this comparison has been made? This is made on the data collection, information collection. These are the words of medical statistics. Government, some agencies are what you can say the deputed for this particular purpose. What is the purpose? They just gather the information. They just gather the information of coronavirus from different parts of India. They have the software. They immediately start analyzing. They divide the state-wise, region-wise, area-wise, and where is the maximum, where is the minimum, how that graph is coming. Few days back, there was a discussion on corona on one of the channel, and they called one statistician. Do you understand? I am giving you the importance of statistics in our day-to-day life in today corona pandemic. That particular statistician has mentioned very important formula. You can write it down. He said that compare the number the day before and day to day. You compare the 48 hours. So he said if any 24 hours, if any one day, another day is compared, if that increase is more than 1.2, if it is more than 1.2%, then that particular, what you can say, the growth of increasing the corona patient is a significant. Try to understand these all languages, all the words that I am using. Significant increase. When he said, when you compare the one day and the second day, and if that rise, for example, today is the 22nd. If on 20th to 21, there are the patients, say example, 100 patients are there. And another day, another for 24 hours, the increase is 200. And before that, it was, say, for example, 75 to 100, and now 100 to 250. So this particular rise, 100 to 250, is more than 1.2%. Then he said, no, this particular day is very dangerous. Try to understand each and every statement that I am doing in this current scenario is applied to the medical statistics. You can write all these examples in your answer book, in your answering your university examinations of medical statistics. You can use this knowledge to talk with the oral or the viva voce of the medical statistics. So this medical statistics is very much important in every aspect of our life. Now, we will go further. This is my mail ID, professordeshpande@gmail.com. The people, any person, you or your friends or any relatives or anybody who is seeing this video can contact me on this mail for the personal or online health problem advice, then personal or online lifestyle counseling, Jivana Shaili Margadarshan, preventive aspect on the basis of Ayurvedic Prakruti as well as Palmistry, lines, hand, that I also do. Personal or online classes of medicine that I am taking, but another medic classes I take, and Ayurveda also in all subjects. It may be the Nidan, it may be Dravya Guna, whatever subject you want. Then don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel to get intimated to yourself regarding my all these activities. Okay, my dear friends, this is the already book published of mine and co-authors. Myself is Professor Deshpande, and my co-editor is Professor Dr. Subhash Ranade, who is my teacher all the time in my life. And then authors are Dr. Sachin Sarpota, Dr. Santosh Bhor, and Mrs. Ila Bhor. So I pay my gratitude towards all these people. And we have published this Manakarnika publication in Pune, Maharashtra State, India. You can search it on the Google and you will get this book. Then this is the back page of that particular book. Let us move further. Okay, just I am lifting up these slides. Okay, what is statistics? First, we must know, before starting the question bank, what is the statistics? In one word, if somebody asks me, it is number. In a comedy manner, I can say it's a game of numbers. Statistics is nothing but the gaming of numbers. You have to always talk about numbering and comparison of numbers, data collection with the numbers, making them into the converted to the numbers. So number, quantity. Remember, number is equal to quantity. In our life, there are two aspects: qualitative aspects and quantitative aspects. So when we talk about Ayurveda, for example, what is the definition of Ayurveda? Hita hitam sukham dukkham ayustasya hita hitam manam cha tacchayatroptam Ayurveda suchyate. My dear friends, Ayurveda is a science and it has both aspects, qualitative aspect as well as quantitative aspect. It's not vogue science, it's not empirical science. It has some base of satkaryava, cause and effect relationship. Okay, so statistics may be defined as the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numerical data. Numbers are very important. When we do any information collected that is presented in a tabular form, diagrammatic form, we make the analysis of it and then we decide something on the basis of that analysis. So that is called as interpretation. That is done by the numerical data. So biostatistics, again statistics and bio is again related with the human body, human physiology, human pathology, human medicine. So biological aspect is there. Okay, so biostatistics is that branch of statistics concerned with mathematical, again the another word for number, mathematics, mathematical facts and data relating to the biological events, human biology. It may be digestive, it may be respiratory system, it may be the heart problems, it may be the kidney problems. But we have to analyze all these facts on the basis of numbers. Which gender is related, which age is related. So all this understanding is based on statistics. Variation more than natural limit is called as a pathological. The simple example is our hemoglobin. What is the normal hemoglobin? 12 to 14 gram percent. Do you understand? There is a number 12 to 14 gram percent. So this limit is statistics. If beyond that limit, if my hemoglobin is 10 gram percent, so we label it as a mild anemia. If it is below 5 gram percent, that is called as a severe anemia. How this particular diagnosis can be done? Only when we understand the hemoglobin level at the level of numbering. That's why I always insist to my students that Ayurvedic knowledge should be converted into objective parameters. Because when we talk about paleness, Rakta Sarava, pale is a quality. But when you say it's a 3 plus paleness, only slight paleness is there. Severe paleness, my here, can you see my conjunctiva? It is very little pale, very little. Always it should be red and pink, but it is very little pale. Then mild anemia. So again, 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 plus, 0.5, 1%, 2%. What does it mean? We are converting this quality of paleness into the number quality or numbering. So numbering makes more perfectness in our all the activities of the life. Hitaitam sukham dukkham ayustasya hitaitam. We know what is beneficial, what is harmful, what is happy, what is unhappy, but we should know the limit. Do you understand? For example, getting up early in the morning is absolutely hitakar. It's also sukhakar, beneficial. But if somebody is going in extreme condition, for example, the person is having not properly digested the previous day food, he has to go to the bed midnight, and still because of the strong mental setup, no, I will follow Brahme Murti. That is something not correct, because Brahme Murte Uttishtet Jirna Jirna Nirupayan. Ayurveda itself is saying. So anything extreme is bad. Try to understand. Anything extreme is bad. Again, the extreme word is related with the statistics. Now we will directly read the important questions from the university examination, write the definition of statistics and write application of biostatistics in Ayurveda. My dear friends, I am very sorry to say, but this lecture is exclusively collection and reading of the previous questions. So I'm very sorry, you have to keep patience because discussion is not expected over here. We are going to take another few lectures discussing the various questions and their answers. But this particular my lecture of 30, 35 minutes, 40 minutes is exclusively giving you reading of those particular questions and some passing remarks. Okay. Application of biostatistics in Ayurveda specifically. How that biostatistics is useful. Always I will use the example of Prakruti. There is very little study has been done about the epidemiological survey of the Prakruti and the different diseases that I am doing with my MD students. Now, these are the presentations. Describe the SAQ means short answer question. LAQ is a long answer question. Long answer question is of 15 marks and short answer question is 3 or 5 marks. So for long answer, it is better to write minimum 3 full-scape pages, and in short answer, you can write 1 or 1.5 page. But of course, this is not a thumb rule. That is merely a judgment. So this is the year when it is presented in the university exam. It is based on chapter number 2, line graph. There are different types of graphs. Okay. What is tabulation? Everything we collect should be made into table form. Okay. Then different features and characteristics of the ideal table. How you plot the table in the statistics. What is meant by frequency and class interval? How many times that particular number has occurring? That is a frequency and class interval. That means, for example, I am doing the corona survey, collecting the data, and I will write down how many patients are there from the age 50 to 60, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. This is called as a class interval. Okay. Write the collection of data. What are the different methods of data collection? It may be the clinical what experiments or clinical trials of the drugs or the medicines. It may be the experimental in laboratory. It may be related with merely survey, or it may be data collection from Samhita Granthas. The number of bones mentioned by Charak, number of bones mentioned by Sushruta, number of bones mentioned by Vagbhat. Is it a data collection? It's number, again statistics. Then pie diagram. Again, you know, there are different types of the diagrams, like one of them is a circle and then you divide that circle into the different frequencies, that is pie diagram. Again, the same question regarding the tabulation. So table formation is very much important and different diagrams, presentations are also important. Then here again, the data and method of presentation. For example, when you do your synopsis or plan of work or the thesis, do you remember the chapters? Aim and objects, am I right? The first is the title, of course. Title, then introduction, aim and objects, material and methods, okay? Then you start your trial and you collect the data. The data is presented in a table form as well as the graph form, and then you make a discussion. So data is collected in your research work and discussion is a part of analysis of that data, okay? Again, the pie chart, pie graph is always asked. So make an importance of these graphs. This is something passing remark. What is data? Data is a plural word. The singular is a datum. Some single data has been collected. But usually we collect the data, not the datum, but the data. We collect the large information. So data are facts, remember, expressed in numerical terms. This consists of discrete observations of attributes or the events. These are the facts expressed in numbers. Just now I have taken the example. In this corona, we have to decide how many corona patients are in Delhi, how many patients are there in Maharashtra state, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala. So these observations are expressed in numbers. That is my data. And then we will make the analysis. Country-wise, Italy has this much patients, this much have been admitted, this much have been quarantined, this has been died, this has been sent to home after treatment. So all these things are based only and only on medical statistics, because we are collecting information and facts are expressed. Remember the words, false facts are information. Facts means information expressed in numerical terms. Okay, right? Uses and limitation of mode. These are the three arithmetic words: mean, mode, median. Mean, mode, median. Remember this term: mean, mode, and median. So this is mode. Always ask. Then coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation. What is that? What does it mean? I'm going to explain that out. Then types of variability. Types of variability. Coefficient of variation, types of variability. Many questions are asked on the topic variability. So we are going to study this chapter very well. Variability, remember. Then laws of multiplication of like variability. This is another important word, probability. Word is probability. Again, I will give the example of corona. The experts have made the analysis of the previous data of the corona spread, and they are saying Mr. Rajesh Tople, Health Minister of Maharashtra State, India, has given his statement 2 days back. It is expected from the experts that there will be spike, S-P-I-K-E. This is a type of graph. Write down, spike. There will be spike. Today is the 22nd April. They are saying there will be spike of corona in from 2nd May to the 15th May 2020 in Maharashtra. Have you written this all the statement? Mr. Rajesh Tople, on the basis of experts have collected the data, they have analyzed, and they are saying that there will be spike, sharp rise. Spike means sharp rise in the corona patient from 2nd of May to 15th of May 2020, but they are saying this is probability. Write down this word, this is probability. They are also not 100% sure. It's a judgment by statistical analysis, remember. Again, probability here, again, probability here, okay? So all questions are regarding the definition, types, and law of probability. Again, the laws of probability. Normal curve. Next question is normal curve. I think here is printing mistake. I will correct that. This should be normal curve. I will save this particular thing. Okay, this is based on chapter 7. Next, write the definition of H0 and H1. As you know very well, hypothesis. Gruhitak in Marathi. Hypothesis 0, null hypothesis, and hypothesis 1. Explain the type 1 and type 2 error and write the test of significance. I think H0H1 everybody knows. Before starting our any research, we assume something and then we find out whether my assumption is correct or my assumption is wrong. I will give the example. H0, there will not be any case of corona after, for example, June 2020 in Maharashtra state. H0. What is that? Null hypothesis. There will not be a single case. And another H1, there will be cases of corona after June 2020 in Maharashtra state. And then I have to proceed and I have to prove that H0 is correct, null hypothesis is correct, or it is not correct, H1 is correct. So hypothesis is the assumption before starting the research, and that we have to find out whether it, remember, it is not mandatory. Always your research should be positive. It can have negative results as well. So H1 can be also correct. So that is very much understanding about H0 and H1. Okay, we will go further. This is slide number 17 is going on. This is chapter number 10. Many tests are there. Z test is there, T test is there, F test is there, and unpaired T test will be there. So all tests we are going to see. This test is nothing but trying to find out how much is the significance of my result or of my conclusion, whether my findings are significant or not significant, that is decided on the basis of statistical test, whether my research is significant or not. Okay, chi-square test, this is very famous test. Okay, then non-parametric and parametric, these are the main two types of the test, parametric and non-parametric. Then crucial values test, crucial values test, very specific name, you must remember this name. We will go discuss all these things. Then define the detailed definition, types of computation and application of correlation, variability, probability, and correlation. Write down these three important ones. Very important in statistics. Variability, probability, and correlation. Correlation between two events or two activities. There is a correlation and regression. Correlation and regression. These two particular terms and applicability in Ayurveda. Next question is regarding the vital statistics. How much deaths from the corona, how much newborn babies are there. So this is death and birth. These are type of the vital statistics. Population number. So this is a vital, very important statistics. My dear friends, these are the some of the important chapter, or other these are the whole chapters. Index is there of my book. Definition of statistics, collection, classification, presentation of analysis. This is the page number. Remember, interpretation of data, scales of measurements, measures of central tendency, variability. So these are the 5 chapters. Next we will go further. Probability, normal distribution, fundamentals of testing of hypothesis, uninvariant analysis of categorical data. I think there must be some printing mistake. I will just omit this word to avoid the confusion. Analysis of data, parametric test, non-parametric test, correlation and regression analysis, sampling and sample size for computation of Ayurvedic research. I think this is also printing mistake. I will take this word. I will copy paste this word. There is less time, I know. Control C is here, and I will paste over here. Control V. Okay, and then I will remove this one. Okay, so just the printing correction, data entry correction, vital statistics and demography, familiarization or use of the statistical software. Statistical software is very important. This is asked many times because you are using many softwares. Then there are appendix, table of values of T chi-square test tables are there. Research question bank is there. This is also printing mistakes. There is unnecessary. Okay. I think there is something wrong. Okay, I will try it. Okay. RESE. Research question bank. List of Ayurvedic magazines and journals. This is also asked in the MD Viva. Which journals you know? What is meant by peer-reviewed journal? How many journals you have seen? All these questions will be asked in your, so you must know these names of the journals, list of research journals. Medical statistical question bank is also there that we are going to open right now even, because these questions are recent questions and some questions before 2014 that I am going to open. Just wait few minutes. I am going to open, I will screen share. Okay, here my dear friends. Okay, so this is from my book. So if at all our lecture stops at any moment, you can just open this page and see all this list. You can read that particular list. But till our last minute, I will read all these questions for you, explain the types of variability and write down the measures of individual variability, define the probability and describe the laws of probability in detail. It is 2014. We have taken the questions 2015, but I think you understand that many questions are repeated. So you have to be very strong with these questions. Describe the sampling, state the types of sampling methods, explain stratified sampling in detail, write the measures of central tendency, and describe about arithmetic mean, describe the application of statistics in Ayurvedic research, and describe the various methods of presentation of data in detail, describe the detailed correlation and regression, and if applicable, its applicability in Ayurveda, right? The test of significance and their applicability in Ayurveda. Every time we have to focus, take the examples from Ayurveda. Remember that thing. Explain in detail the concept of sampling, write down the various measures of variability and describe about the standard deviation in detail, describe the application of statistics in Ayurvedic research, describe the various methods of presentation of data in detail. Okay, write the measures of central tendency. Here I am here. Central tendency and describe about arithmetic mean. Always repeated. Describe methods of data presentation in detail. Write the types of variability. Name its measures and write standard deviation in detail and write uses of standard deviation. State what do you mean by variability, by which measures variability is measured. State the types of variability. Describe the biological variability in detail. What are the measures of dispersion? Describe methods of computation and uses of each. Comment the need of randomization. This is very important method in clinical trial. Random sample. Random sample should be, it should not be biased. It should not be biased. Describe the methods to achieve it. Write the application and limitation of t-test. Importance of statistical methods of Ayurvedic research of writing down measures of central tendency. Describe types of hypothesis and describe t-test of significance, their indications, applicability, advantage and limitations. What are the measures of dispersion? Describe the methods of computation and uses of each. Define the biostatistics and its uses in Kaya Chikitsa. Describe in detail the central tendency. Describe the difference between continuous and discrete data, tabular data presentation. Describe in detail. Explain in detail the student's t-test. What is the normal distribution? Write the characteristics of normal distribution and normal curve. Explain the concept importance of standard normal variant. Okay, now SAQs are there. Systematic sampling, median sampling, cumulative frequency curve, applicability of the Z test, type 1 and type 2 error, collection of demographic data. I am doing this particular type of research with my PG students. Define the standard curve, describe the types of correlation in short, addition law of probability. The mean difference in systolic BP of 100 patients was 30. This is the example that you have asked in your exam. Before and after treatment, standard deviation of the difference was 10 mm of Hg. There statistically, if the treatment was effective, tell statistically whether this treatment is effective or not. Formation of questionnaire for the survey, methods of presentation, uses and limitation, laws of probability, standard deviation, formation of table, importance of random sampling, importance of arithmetic mean, normal distribution, chi-square test, random sampling, types of correlation, standard error of mean, various radiation variance, rational test, F test. Mean height of 200 students in 150 centimeter with standard deviation is 5 centimeter. How many boys are there above 160 mm in this group? This is example. Mode, describe the mode. Multiplication law of probability, parametric test of significance, application of chi-square test, testing of hypothesis, correlation, binomial rule of probability, histogram, applications and uses of percentiles. These are some printing mistakes. That's why I have not read that. Frequency distribution table, correlation diagram, coefficient of variation, define statistics and biostatistics uses in Ayurveda, types of data, and test of goodness of fit. My dear friends, this is all for today. I know this type of lecture is little bit what you can say monotonous, or it has nothing new in it, but please try to understand my genuine interest. Unless and until you know what I am expected to do in my medical statistics subject, unless I know the syllabus, unless I do not know the questions which may be asked in that examination, you cannot go into that direction. In the beginning of my lecture, I have already explained you that when you decide your target, I just don't want to pass the MD. I want to pass the MD with full satisfaction, full dedication, full devotion. Then only I will take up the path. For example, I salute Dr. Shantanu Pawar, many people who are joining my lectures. And although these lectures are very basic and fundamental, they know that this will definitely help to make a confidence amongst ourselves. So, my dear friends, I am very much thankful to you. Just few announcements are more. Today itself, I will take the lecture of respiratory problems in general medical practice at 2 p.m. The day is the 22nd of April 2020. Then at 4 o'clock, again, I am going to discuss types of the Vata dosha that I have already covered the Prana, Udana, and Vyana. Today, I may discuss Saman and Apan Vayu, and also, if time permits, Vata Vruddhi Lakshana and Vata Kshaya Lakshana. My dear friends, many, many thanks for your nice cooperation, and I wish you all the best. Please do take care of yourself. I will like to conclude this lecture at the 36th minute, and we will discuss every question in detail, or at least must know in a way, in a due course of time. Step by step, we will go further. I am going to discuss the research questions. Also, I am going to do the medical statistics lectures, but due to the some technical, personal, my academic development, I am now will take the lectures only on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And in between 3 days, you will have to study for yourself. You have to revise what the Dr. Deshpande has taught to you, and that will make a very enjoyable journey of education. So, my dear friends, thank you very much once again, and I wish you all the best. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Rather, ask your friend to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself.